We all know that we live in a time of deep disruptive change. By that I mean the systems, the structures of our industries, our businesses, our markets, even our societies are shifting. And if that's true, then we cannot expect to succeed and survive if we're merely optimizing what we are already doing. We need to be able to look to disrupt before we are disrupted. We need to be able to go beyond mere optimization, to do things we've never done before. And maybe most importantly, we need to be able to prepare ourselves for whatever might happen, not just what we've planned for. My name's Graeme Codrington, and I am the lead futurist at the Tomorrow Today Futures Institute, where we research and prepare people for the future. And one of our favorite concepts is the concept of anti-fragility. We think that this is a bit of a secret sauce to being able to do all of that preparation for the future. We know what fragile is. Something that is fragile will smash if you drop it. And we tend to think that the opposite of fragile is being resilient. If you get hit or you get dropped, you don't smash. Or to put it in the words of that famous pop song by Chumbawamba, I get knocked down, but I get back up again. Nobody's going to keep me down. And that's resilience, and maybe even we can use the word agility or adaptability, and that's a good thing. But anti-fragility goes further than that. Anti-fragility says that if you take a hit, if a difficult time comes, you get stronger. That disruption makes you better. That tough and difficult times improve you, and that uncertainty is something that gives you benefit. Now, you might think that that sounds almost too good to be true, and maybe you're thinking, well, there's a reason we don't have that word anti-fragile in our language, because it doesn't exist. But it does exist all around us. Our bodies are hugely anti-fragile, growing and developing actually by creating little tears in our muscle when we go to gym and pick weights. We hurt ourselves essentially in order to get stronger and better. We see this in nature all around us as trees are buffeted by the wind, and that is one of the reasons that they get stronger and can deal with extreme weather as they grow bigger and better. In the business world, in MBA language, we would talk about sector adaptation after individual failure. The airline industry is maybe my favorite example, because if we have a plane crashing, the investigators go out immediately and they look through the wreckage, find the little black box, work out what happened, and then they share that information widely with everybody in the airline industry, with competitors, because they know that if we learn from the mistake, if we fix the problem that caused the crash, the whole industry gets safer and the whole industry is better for it. And that's a good example of anti-fragility. So we need to then think about what would make us anti-fragile as an organization. And there's a head, a heart, and a hands feature to it. The head is we've got to change our thinking about the future. We've got to be more long-term focused, more scenario-driven in the way that we think, and we've got to be open to more options. In the heart, we've got to make sure that we give people excess capacity, giving people the space and the opportunity, not just to be innovative, but also to handle whatever comes their way. Probably my favorite example of this is Toyota. This is a very famous case study now. MIT teach this case study in their business school. Back in 1997, one of the suppliers of, I think they were called P-valves for the braking system in Toyotas, had a massive fire at their factory and were going to be out of commission for weeks, if not months. This was catastrophic for Toyota. But what happened was they asked other suppliers and also their own staff members to change and adapt in order to create P-valves for them. And the original supplier, and maybe this is a bit of Japanese culture included as well, the original supplier got involved in showing people how to do it, skilling people up to do it, and they created a very flexible and adaptive and responsive supply moment, and they got their P-valves and they were able to carry on with production. Now, that is all part of Toyota's story of Kaizen and continuous improvement and just-in-time delivery. But it's a lot more than just efficiency. It's the ability to respond and adapt in a time of crisis. And you've got to prepare people for that, practice that in advance. And that leads to the hands part. And that is our ability to experiment and our openness to a culture of experimentation. Another good example is the Danish shipping company Maersk, who in 2019, I think it was, were hit by a massive malware, kind of took down their entire global IT infrastructure. And what they did was they got their entire team involved to redo the entire digital foundations of the business from scratch. Instead of trying to recover from malware, they rebuilt their IT infrastructure from scratch, something that should have taken a few years. They were up and running within 10 days, and just a few weeks later had rebuilt a future-proof system for, as I say, for the future, which is now the basis of a much more resilient and responsive business right now. It isn't one thing that you do to become anti-fragile. It's a mindset shift to say we build the capability to deal with whatever risks the future brings us, but more importantly, build a foundation that gives us a growth and opportunity mindset to take advantage of any and all opportunities that come our way because of disruption, structural change, and uncertainty. Antifragility. It really is one of my favorite concepts, and when I work with clients who really grab hold of this, they begin to see what it means in their industry, what it means in their department and their function, and they're able to build a future-proof business. I hope you're able to do that as well, and please make sure that you contact our team at TomorrowToday Consulting if there's any way in which we can help you to see what it will take to be an anti-fragile business fit for the future.